VocalEye Almost Live Zoom Holiday Party, hosted by Amy Amantea, with special guests Christine Malec and JJ Hunt.
And a big welcome to all of my VocalEye friends in the house. This is your VocalEye Almost Live event, 202 by the way. My name is Amy Amantea, my pronouns are she, her, and I'm the Associate Director here at VocalEye. I am your host for these online events, and I'm a member of the blind community, and extending obviously always my big thank you, my heart full of gratitude for you all spending time in this space, for sending in your testimonials, for reading our newsletters, for joining us on Almost Lives and coming to our live theater events, for making donations, for participating in our 50/50, all of those good things fills my heart full of joy to spend time with you Wednesday after Wednesday in this space, and also in person at our theaters and our events. So thank you all for making this space in particular very special. If you're joining us on our YouTube channel, you can hit those like and subscribe buttons and join us at vocaleye.ca and join our newsletter and just follow us and hang out with us. We're having a good time. VocalEye is broadcasting to you all from the traditional and unceded or stolen lands of the Coast Salish peoples, in particular the Squamish, Musqueam, and Tsleil-Waututh First Nations. So I was looking up a little bit about holiday food and holiday traditions within Indigenous lifestyles. And I'm going to share with you a little bit about what I was reading about. So there isn't one single, quote, holiday food across Indigenous nations. That seemed rather, yeah, of course, right? Just like there isn't one single type of holiday food across any particular groups of folks on this planet, if you celebrate holidays this time of year at all. So traditions are very wide and celebrated very different between nations. They're celebrated differently between traditions, the climate, or where you happen to be in Indigenous communities across, the unceded territories here on Turtle Island, which is North America. But winter gathering times come with different foods. So holiday time this time of year is considered winter and gathering times, with foods that are tied to preservation, sharing, and survival through the cold months. Some communities shared traditional foods and some of the themes often that we see around winter holidays. And some of these foods are things like smoked or dried or roasted meats such as salmon, deer, moose, caribou, or bison, preserved to last through winter and often shared communally. Fish preparations included smoked salmon, dried whitefish, or a special kind of grease that is highly valued and it's a traditional fat on the West Coast. And there's an Indigenous word for it, but my Anglo white tongue cannot pronounce this word, and I would prefer not to try and appropriate the word. But there's a very highly valued traditional fat from a particular whitefish. Root vegetables and bulbs like camas, potatoes, turnips, and wild onions, stored or prepared in stews and soups. Berries preserved by drying or freezing, sometimes mixed with fats and meats, such as pemmican. That was something that we studied often in school here, if you studied in Canada. Soups and stews that bring together preserved meats, roots, and herbs. Communal foods and meats fed many people, and so they were shared communally. Bannock was another thing, although that was not pre-contact for all nations. It's now commonly shared at gatherings and celebrations. Across many nations, winter foods emphasize community, care, gratitude, and continuity. Meals prepared to sustain people physically and culturally through the darkest, coldest months of the year. Food is less about spectacle and more about connection, responsibility, and honoring what the land has provided. So with that, some of these foods are very traditional and come from time immemorial, and some of these foods, while traditional, are still being served today at humble tables in Indigenous communities because they're honoring the land and traditions within their families. So, whomever you are sharing your holiday season with, your winter season with, whether that's with friends or family or community, or even just humbly by yourself in your home, I hope you experience warmth and joy, community, family, even if it's this space. You are my family, and I hope I feel like your family to you. I hope that you get the opportunity to feel that whatever you're doing and whatever you're eating and enjoying, that you're experiencing that and feel the sustainability that the land has provided. So with that, I'm going to welcome you all to tonight's Almost Live event. It's Wednesday, December the 17th, 2025. And as I mentioned earlier, it's our Almost Live number 202. It's our holiday surprise with, no surprise here, JJ Hunt and Christine Malec, and maybe a few other VocalEye guests might appear. But let's just say hello to JJ and to Christine. Welcome, my friends. Welcome.
Hello,
Amy.
happy everything.
Yeah, what is it? Merry Christmas, happy holidays, Festivus for the rest of us.
Festivus for the rest of us.
Yeah,
That's
Kwanzaa,
right.
happy Hanukkah,
Solstice.
Solstice. Just
I feel
whatever
like
you're
I'm-
doing.
Yeah,
Be
I feel
merry.
like I'm missing something, but it's I guess I should say humbug too, because just in case.
Just in case. That's
Happy
right. We got to get
humbug? Is
everybody.
that- I
Happy
don't know.
humbug.
I didn't say happy humbug.
You didn't
but
say.
Bah.
You didn't say. I was
I
wondering.
didn't say the happy, but I like happy humbug.
Oh,
That's gonna. I think that's gonna
if
be my
that's your.
new.
If,
That's my new
that's a
thing.
good
Happy
one.
humbug.
yeah,
Happy
if you
humbug.
want to not love the holidays, enjoy not loving the holidays.
I mean,
That's
doesn't
right.
that satisfy everybody? It's like a
it
happy
does.
and a humbug.
It really
It's both
works.
things.
It really
Happy
works.
humbug.
That's a keeper. That's a keeper.
Oh my gosh, that's a T-shirt. I'm telling you, friends.
Seriously.
I am coming
There's
up
your
with
new Etsy shop right there. Is
How
the
many
Happy
times
Humbug.
have I said this year? That's a T-shirt. I can't even believe it. I wouldn't go as far as to say that's a tattoo, but that's a T-shirt.
Is that a VocalEye drinking game? Every time Amy says that's a T-shirt, you get a drink.
It probably should be. We'd be drunk all the time. Yeah. I got to get on that, because I tell you, every time I open my Facebook, and I know how old I sound when I say my Facebook, because all the kids are like, Facebook. Ha!
Oh,
But it's
I don't go on
old.
that.
But every time I open my Facebook, I get these ads that are like, you can make $30,000 in a month just by, and it's like, just by what? But Facebook is crawling with all of these ideas, and they're not legit, but like you have to be really good at them to make all of this, social media money. And one of them is designing T-shirts.
Oh,
There you go.
Right? So you can, and I'm like, how do people have like stacks of T-shirts like in their basement, and somebody says I'll have a small, and you like go through the stack and you're like, oh shoot, I don't have any smalls. Like I can't even imagine this. Well, Amy, daft Amy is like, that's not how that actually works, because apparently you can order on demand.
That's right.
Oh,
Right?
Oh.
So you just
Yep. No one's sitting around with boxes of blank T-shirts anymore.
Right?
It just doesn't happen, I'm afraid. No.
So see, JJ, you know way more about this than I do. I'm thinking, I don't have
Yeah.
any place to store this stuff. How is this
That's
working?
right. No, I got a kid in design school, so they school me on
They
such
school
things.
you?
Yeah.
So apparently there are like just these sites where you can order merch off of, just plain merch, and you make your own design. And of course, with AI, anybody can design anything.
Yeah.
And you put it out on the web, and if somebody buys it, it's a one order thing, and they get it, and you get the money for it. Now, if you have 1 million followers on your Facebook or your Instagram or your TikTok, like if you're actively pushing this stuff, yeah, you could make some money. But little old me is not going to make any money by selling one T-shirt every 6 months. You know what I mean?
I don't know. Maybe you got your like happy humbug yacht will be the result of your happy humbug enterprise. You'll make so much happy humbug
money. I think
money.
happy humbug would really. I think I come up with some pretty good T-shirt ideas.
Yeah.
Why is that not a thing? That's what I'm asking myself.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, I could be sued tomorrow because it is a thing.
Yeah, exactly. Who's
I'm just
Googling
saying.
it right now? Someone just, I bet
somebody's
Rick's gone
Googling.
online and has just gotten happyhumbug.com. And
Don't do it. You'll get sued. You'll be sued. Happy lawsuit.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey guys,
Well, yeah.
what do you call a reindeer with bad manners? Anyone know what you call a reindeer with bad manners? Rudolph.
Rudolph. Groner.
Rudolph. Oh, come
As in
on.
RUDE. So rude.
Rude. Oh,
Rude.
come on,
Rude.
Christine. Barely even gave me a snort on that one. Come on.
Happy humbug.
Happy. When in doubt, happy humbug.
Okay. Why was the Christmas calendar scared?
Why was the Christmas calendar scared?
Frightened in its boots.
Why was that?
Why?
Because its days were numbered.
Oh, a groaner.
I got one for you.
Oh, Lindsay!
Oh, Lindsay. Hello, Lindsay.
Hey, why was the holiday party so cold?
Why was the holiday party so cold? Did it jump out of the shower without a towel?
Too many chill people.
Too many chill people.
I think that's his vibe right here with us.
That's right.
Chill people.
Why did the turkey join a band? Why?
Why did the turkey join a band?
That? Why?
Why, Christine? Why did the turkey
I'll
join a
put you
band?
out of your suspenseful misery. Because he already had drumsticks. Ba-dum-bum.
Ba-da-boom.
Nice.
There you go.
Well, I've got one for you.
Oh,
Rick.
Rick.
Okay.
Nice Santa hat, Rick.
Thank you. What do elves learn in school?
To elves learn in
You're talking
school.
about Santa's elves or like elves from The Lord of the Rings?
I think both.
Okay.
No, those are really
no,
different.
I guess the Santa
Rick,
elves.
and
The
you
Santa
know
elves.
that.
That's
I
true, the
know
Santa
you know
elves.
that they're
The
different.
elves from
Santa
Lord of the
elves.
Rings are real elves.
Yes.
Real.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just checking.
Okay. So what did the
What did they
elves
learn?
learn in school, Rick?
The alphabet.
Oh, that one hurt.
Who's
That
a
one.
dad on this
Oh.
call? JJ.
Yeah. These are all
yours.
pull
Did
my
you write
finger
these?
jokes.
Did you write these?
I've already got all
Pull my
these up
finger
here.
jokes.
Pull my finger jokes. That's right. Here's the fart joke.
Oh.
Good
So
one.
Rick, this is your New Year's resolution. Then it's going to have to be to find one of those bump symbol sound effects
The rim
for
shot.
next year's
Oh,
VocalEye. Yeah, the rim. Yeah, sorry, the rim shot.
I mean, I can have that ready.
I know you can.
Ready for
In case
round
it's needed
two.
later. Just in case.
Just in case. Let me get right on that.
Okay.
Right on that.
Thanks, Rick.
All right. Well, that's certainly a way to kick off the holiday surprise party. There you
Well
go.
done.
What party doesn't start with like terrible jokes that make everyone want to turn around and run out the door? I mean, that's a great way to start a party, right?
Those are the icebreaker jokes. Now, do they get better with eggnog or worse with eggnog? I guess is the question.
Depends what's in the
Everything's
eggnog.
better with eggnog. It's exactly, especially if it's 50-50, the rum and eggnog.
50-50. 50-50.
That would be quite the hangover the next day, JJ. I'm just saying. Gross. All right.
Yuck.
Well, friends, what do we got tonight? What are we doing?
What are we doing? We brought some super fun holiday content. That's what's happening. That's what's
Yeah.
happening. We went on a little viewing tour of some Christmas decorations in the hood, and JJ's got some description about that, and we've got my now I can say traditional original new holiday song each holiday season for the holiday special. I've taken it as my challenge for the VocalEye holiday celebration to write a song for the holidays, which I did. And this year it has an accompanying story. So there will be a story and a song. And
Lovely.
I believe there's a poem, and I believe there might be some Charlie Brown content.
Maybe. Might be a little Charlie
Maybe.
Brown. Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, so I love that I'm lighting a fire under your behind in order to get you to create content.
It's
Not that
really
you
good.
needed that, but
No, I do though. And I like it's not like anyone ever said, Chris, for the holiday special you must write a song. That
right.
never happened. But I write songs so they come with a lot of effort, and so it's good for me to have a motivation. And I have taken it on myself that the VocalEye Holiday festive moment is a time to write a holiday song. So I appreciate the unintentional nudge to my creativity. Yeah.
Or you could just
So
call
That's
me
great.
the Amantea Council of the Arts.
hey, I like that. That could also be a shirt.
Yeah, that's right.
Only
There
your
you
friends
go.
would really appreciate it, but still.
Yeah, and it doesn't come with a paycheck, so there you go.
Right?
No,
Yeah.
no, no
Well,
one's getting a yacht from the
Nobody's
Amantea.
getting a chuck. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So you went on a tour of the neighborhood, of the hood.
Yeah, so there's one particular house in our kind of greater neighborhood that's on a modest side street. It's a modest house, and every year the Christmas lights on this house are outrageous. They're truly staggering. And so I asked Chris if she'd ever been to this house before, and she said she had. And I'm like, oh my, we've got to go. Like, this is one of those neighborhood houses that you just have to experience, and you can kind of walk right into the Christmas light display. Often a house at Christmas that has a big display is a big grand house. They do some elaborate stuff, and this is not that. This is like I say, a modest, pretty normal little house that this I presume Guy has been decorating in these outrageous lights for years and years and years. So Chris and I met up a couple of nights ago on a crisp evening, brought a microphone with us, and yeah, and I described the lights on this Christmas house together. Chris, anything you wanted to say to set this up before we let the tape roll?
um, just that it was a really unique opportunity for me because I mean I know people decorate houses and occasionally a friend will say, "Oh, there's a house of la 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 la," but to really do a deep dive and kind of get all the and this is it really is extraordinary. So yeah, hold on to your hats because it's pretty big.
The house next door to me, which I talk about a lot, which is either at Halloween or at Christmas because they go all out.
They do both. Yeah.
The last I would say a couple of weeks. I've been posting some stuff on Marketplace as I'm downsizing and whatever, and so people would say, "Oh, what's the address?" And I'd give them the address, and I'd say, "It's the house next to the one with all the Christmas lights." And people would go like, "Oh, I know exactly where that is." It's like, okay, so it's the the house on the North Shore that everybody knows where it is.
That's right.
So there you go. Everybody's got a house like this in their neighborhood. I'm excited. I'm excited to know what this house is. And I think we have a picture of the house. So we can put that up for some folks who have partial sight or can get really close. Put your nose to your screen if that works for you. And then we will be on one of your live walks.
That's right.
Sort of. But
it's more of a stand, but close. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Well, I'm excited to listen to this little bit of live content with JJ and Chris in a Christmas front yard, I guess.
Right on.
Cool beans. All right. Shall we?
Let's do her. So we are about half a block, Chris, from the house that I wanted to show you, the house with all the amazing lights. And right now a car has just stopped and a parent and child have come out. The parent has plunked said child in front of the house, and they've stepped back to the opposite side of the street so they can take a photo. Yeah, you gotta take pictures.
It's a tourist attraction.
It really is. Oh, and now the parents run up and doing videos and selfies.
God.
Oh, and now the kid's being grabbed by the wrist, dragged back across the street into the car, and then off they go.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a very quick cameo moment.
This was like, pardon me. Some people will be coming to this house. It's a neighborhood attraction.
Yeah.
So some people will be coming for this, to take pictures, to visit the house. I always come every year.
Oh.
I come to visit this house.
Oh, it's legendary.
It is within the neighborhood. But then, if you happen to be driving by, it is one of those, oh my God, kind of houses.
Oh, okay.
From a block away,
Yeah.
you can tell something's going on. From half a block away where we are, the lights, it's all about lights at this house. So some houses, it's decorations. Some houses, it's inflatables. This house is about lights. And now normally, if I were going to describe a house like this to you, or any kind of house, I start with a base description, right? I would talk about what the house basically looks like and move toward a description in that kind of organized way. I'm going to do something a little bit different with this because it is visually taken in a different way. When you approach this house, you're not saying, oh, look at this house that is a 2-story house with a driveway that looks like this with all the decorations. You're saying, light, 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 light. And then your brain starts to figure it out.
Oh my.
So from where we are, half a block away, it is screaming lights, twinkle lights, strips of lights, strings of lights, blue, green, gold, white, light, 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 light.
Oh.
So that's the base description.
Okay. Oh, and
then-
that's where you start from.
Yeah, as we get closer, we can go
Okay.
from there. Shall we?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So we can walk a little bit closer to this place, and as we approach, what I can tell you is this house is a boxy house, 2 stories, has a flat front and a long driveway, and the lights completely cover the front of the house, and completely cover the driveway and walkway.
The driveway?
Yeah, completely. The honking, by the way, is someone honking to get out of the way because another car has paused to take a look at the. Yeah. So
Wait, the ground is covered in lights? Oh, really?
everything about this place is covered in lights.
How do you
Okay.
cover the ground in lights? Never mind. Well,
We're going to
you'll
get there. We're going to
We'll
get there. Okay, so we are now standing right at the mouth of the driveway.
Okay.
Okay, we are facing the house. There's a little bit of front yard to our left, a long driveway in front of us. To our right is a little bit of like garden bed, and then the walkway to the front door. Garden bed, driveway, garden bed, walkway, garden bed.
Okay.
And all of these individual sections of front yard, of front driveway, of whatever, they have aluminum tubing for, I think, grape arbors. Like in the off season, like this is the season.
Yeah.
In the summer
Right.
season, I think there are grape arbors that would be like, so you would grow grapevines across these. I think. But so right now, all of this infrastructure, which is basically aluminum poles that come rising out of the ground, arch over the top of the driveway, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows of those kinds of arches over the driveway.
Oh, wow.
And then the same over the little strip of garden bed to our left, and the same over the strip of garden bed to our right, and then the same over the pathway, and then the same over the garden bed. It's this aluminum structure.
Okay.
All of those have strips of twinkling lights. Someone's cruising by, we can wave, we're in their family video now. There we go.
Happy.
So all of the poles have strips of light, twinkling green, twinkling red, twinkling blue. Hanging from there are balls of red, twinkling white balls, twinkling red balls. And again, these are the size of soccer balls.
Oh.
And they're all twinkling. And then in the garden beds, so we can walk right in. Shall we just walk right up the
okay.
driveway? So now we're walking up the driveway, and overhead are these stars. To our left, inside the garden beds, are reindeer that are, they're moving. So they're electronic, framed in. So they're like, they're all made of wires.
Oh, okay.
And all of the wires are sparkly white lights.
Oh my gosh.
I know. And then there's a tree. So there's like a Dr. Seuss-like tree, which has these little balls on it, and it pulses in whites and blues and reds and greens. Everything. There are stockings hanging from the arches above. To our right, there's a whole row of reindeer attached to Santa's sleigh. The front of the house has like all sorts of little icons in lights. So stars and wreaths and peppermint candies and bells that go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth in lights.
Back and forth like a bell moving? Or
Yeah.
the light moves on the bell?
So there are two bells side by side that have the same bit of mistletoe on top.
Okay.
And so when the bell on the right lights up, it looks like it has swung to the right. And then the bell on the left lights up, and the one on the right goes off. So
Oh
it
my
looks
God.
like it swings back and forth and back and forth
Oh my gosh.
because of the way you turn off and on the lights.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then there are stars that pulse. Everything. But then my favorite part is in the middle of this. Like, it's incredible, the amount of light. I cannot overstate how brilliantly bright these lights are. And this, like, strips of light. So some of it looks like neon strips, and some of it's kind of more old-fashioned light bulbs that are a little bit dimmer, a little bit calmer. But it's light. And then at the very end of the driveway, let's walk forward just a few more steps. Is an old-fashioned nativity scene. So in a box, a glass-sided box, so you can come right up if you want to feel the top of this box a little even higher. So it's like head high. And then down below, there's a window. You just below there, you got a window. And it's, again, this is like the size of my bathroom.
Right.
It's huge. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's a dozen lamb.
Okay.
3
wow.
wise men. These are like lawn ornament size. So
Sure.
like
Yeah.
the kneeling wise man is knee high. Standing Joseph is closer to waist high.
Yeah.
And there's the baby Jesus right in the middle. There's hay all around.
Wow.
So it's like, that is one version of a Christmas kind of scene that you would see on someone's front lawn. It
Right.
in itself
Right, would be
is a
long-
big,
yeah.
impressive display.
How are the figures lit?
So they're lit from
Inside?
inside.
They're lit-
So the
they're-
box
okay.
itself has, like, it's got like golden light
Yeah.
coming from inside.
Oh, okay.
So it's its own lit box, and then the outside of the box has strips of golden light as well. And then there are these long strips of golden light that come from the top of the manger that go all the way up to the second floor of the house. And they're fanned out at the bottom about 10 feet across, because that's about as wide as the roof of the manger is. And they all come to a star point. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that all come together. So when you stand far back, it looks like a Christmas tree.
Oh my
But they
god.
all lead all the way up to this star, a golden star
Yeah.
that's above. So again, it's shaped like a Christmas tree, but it's also the light from the star
Yeah.
that is shining down
Yeah.
on the manger.
I see. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, that's elaborate.
It is incredibly elaborate. There are these extension cords and plug extenders all over, but really like tight. This thing is tight. Everything is strapped down. It is orderly. It is organized. It's incredibly impressive. So impressive.
What happens in the snow? Like there's some snow on the ground
Yeah.
now, but it's not snowing actively right now. And so what would an active snowfall do visually to this?
When the snow is falling, all of this light means that the snow that is falling around this house is illuminated as it falls. So when you're walking on a dark night and it's snowing, you really don't see the snow fall until it passes in front of a light or until
right.
it's like whatever, a foot in front of your face.
Sure, okay.
But here, there's so much light being pumped out by this house that you get to see the weather. So the snow that would be fluttering all around it would be glowing blue or glowing red or glowing orange as it comes flying through. And probably for, I don't know, maybe 100 feet up. The light from this would spill that far. So from 100 feet in the air, you would be able to see the snow falling where you wouldn't see it anywhere else in the sky.
Oh my gosh. I wonder how low you'd have to be in a plane to see this from above.
Oh, that's a good question. If you're flying overhead, I bet you'd see this.
Let's say you were landing at
so
Pearson.
bright.
Because you've said you've gone down in a plane, not down. You've descended toward Pearson and seen High Park.
Yeah.
Which is, you're reasonable from a plane, not very far from here.
Yeah.
So at night, do you think you would have seen this?
That's a really good question. I am quite confident because it's in a neighborhood.
Right.
This is a neighborhood. There's like it's not a downtown.
Right.
There are no big businesses around that are going to stay lit up at night. There's no stadium around that's going to stay lit up at night.
Right.
There will be in this neighborhood, if you were looking at this neighborhood from above on a normal dark night, you would maybe see little glow, like a string of street lights, just dots of light to indicate that there's a street there. This house glows so bright in an area where nothing else is glowing anywhere near as bright.
Yeah.
I'm quite confident you'd be able to see this even from a commercial plane way above.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This from space. I don't know. We can
From
ask.
space?
I don't know. We'll see if the International Space Station. I wouldn't be totally surprised. This is impressive.
And you said this person has been doing this for a long time? This is a known destination?
Absolutely. So I don't know how long it's been in the neighborhood. Certainly I've been coming to this since our kids were little, so it's got to be at least 10 years.
Oh my gosh.
And the collection of lights, you can see different eras of lights.
Like stylistically?
Yeah, so some of the stars, for example, that are hanging, first of all, the manger, like that creche, those are like ceramic figurines.
Ceramic, are they?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
so it's a porcelain, ceramic, something.
Wow.
So, and they are painted. Those are probably quite old. Those might be from. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised to learn that they would be from the 60s. Some of the stars that are kind of shapes like. Of tube lights, those look like they're kind of maybe early 2000s.
Oh.
And then some of the strings of light. Again, they could be early 2000s as well. Big bulbs there's a certain kind of texture to the bulb, which leads me to believe they're probably early 2000s.
Oh.
But then these other strips of light, these ones that I said are like neon, the neon green, the neon yellow, those are new. So some of those might be. Like I can see this being a collection that gets added to year by year.
Of course.
So I'm going to guess this has been going for a while.
So I have to ask, how is it on the eye?
It's staggering. It really is.
So you kind of have to be in the mood for it? Like,
oh, yeah.
Could you see it on the wrong night and go, I can't look at that?
What is it's?
I have to look away. Is that?
It is an awful lot, and honestly, like you have to. It's easier to appreciate it where we are inside it.
I was
right
wondering
now.
about that too, and thinking about snow. Like we're now inside, so looking out.
Yeah.
Say the snow was falling.
Exactly.
It would also be a different effect.
Totally. When you are walking from a block away, it is so bright and it's so. It would be like listening to
4 orchestras at once.
Okay.
There's just so much
Yeah.
that you can't process it.
Okay.
If you get inside of it, and you can start like, okay, so now I can look at those stars, and now I can look at those reindeer, and now I can look at the. I haven't even talked. I mean, I've only talked about half the things that are here.
Oh.
There are also waist-high candles
Okay.
that are probably from 1950.
Oh.
They're waist-high plastic candles. There's a whole string of them. There's a stuffed. There's a plush Santa Claus that's on the reindeer that is now to our left. Like there's so many elements. When you're inside it, you can stop and take a look and appreciate all of those individual elements. From a distance, it can be a little bit screamy. Like it's just so much light.
And are the colors organized, or is it deliberately chaotic?
It is, I mean, it's both. It is
Okay.
absolutely organized, but there's so much of it that it becomes chaotic. So, again, this is an artist who has put this together,
Okay.
right? Like the pole by pole, you've got lights going up in red, then green, then red, then green, then red, then green, pole after pole after pole. So those are staggered. And then there's a horizontal stripe of stars that are probably a foot tall in these, like outlined in tube lights. And then above that, there are 3 snowflakes, then 3 stockings, then 3 snowflakes, then 3 stockings.
Okay,
So,
okay.
and then there are balls, like the shimmering balls that are red ball,
Okay.
green ball, red ball, green ball. And then running down the middle of the archways are these stars, red, green, red, green. So it's all off, like brilliantly offset and in patterns and in systems. But then behind that is another set of lights, and beneath that is another set of lights, and on the other side there's a Santa Claus and a sled of rain and like a team of reindeer. Like there's so much that it's chaotic, but it is organized chaos.
That is very, very festive. That's the most festive description I think I've ever heard.
It is quite a place. I'm glad I got to show it to you,
I
Chris.
can't
It's kind of
believe
fun.
this has been going on my whole existence in this neighborhood, and I didn't know.
There you go. One
Thank
more
you
place
for
in the
sharing
neighborhood.
your little family, Christmas moment.
My pleasure. Merry Christmas.
Lights, lights, lights.
Lights, lights, lights. I'm telling you, that is the brightest house in the neighborhood.
No kidding. It's a beacon, is what it is.
Yeah, it really is.
Seen from space,
I really think we should make some calls, Chris, and see if we can
right?
get confirmation that
We
it
know some
can
people.
actually be seen. from
That's right.
space.
You know some
Yeah, we know
people.
some people.
Excuse me, we need the ISS to make a pass over laws. Exactly. We have an address for you. Just do a pass. Send us the camera footage, please.
There was a house on the news tonight from Surrey, here in close to Vancouver. That was lights, lights, lights. Different than this one. Because this one, there's something nice about this one in that it feels humble.
Mm.
Like you said, it's a humble house. It feels artistic and humble. It doesn't feel ostentatious and overdone and like, look how
Yeah.
much money I have to put all these lights up, and
Yeah.
some houses feel like that when they do these big light displays that go with these musical sounds and stuff. Some of them just feel like you just threw money at it, and yeah, it's great and spectacular, but like, what's the meaning of it? Just
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
you hired a bunch of people to do it, and
Yeah, and that's a thing now too,
Yeah.
where you can get a company to come and they have all the lights and everything.
Yeah.
You just place an order, and they'll
Yeah.
come with the cherry picker crane.
Yep.
So they'll come and they'll decorate your tree and whatever.
Wow.
They'll do it all for you. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I don't want people to get the wrong idea. It's not a happy humbug. Like, I don't begrudge anybody
Yeah.
for doing that. If that's what you do, that's what you do. But that's what's nice about this place is that it feels like it's got that handmade, like somebody
Yeah.
was out there, till the break of dawn, in the dark, in the cold, in the whatever, like
Exactly.
planning this out. And JJ, is it the same every year, or do they change the design up?
there are elements that stay the same and elements that change. So the basic structure, because it's this grape arbor, these
Yeah.
these rows of arches, the basic structure remains the same, but there are definitely new additions, like the
Yeah.
rows of stocking lights and the rows of stars. Those get added on to the different icon lights, the candy canes, the stars.
Yeah.
Those change. But this is clearly a passion project. Like, I'm sure every wire is labeled,
Yeah.
like every zip tie that secures these. Like, whoever's putting this together is only doing it because they love it. Like,
Yeah.
there's a little box that you can make a donation to.
To the
Oh,
electric
cool.
bill.
The Ronald McDonald House. Yeah,
Oh, is there?
exactly.
Aw.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
the electricity bill.
guy does that kind of thing. The person who's putting that up does that kind of thing. But this is only done. This isn't like, look at our beautiful house
Yeah.
and admire how beautiful our house is. This is, I'm a mad genius, and this is what I want to do with my time. And this is
Yeah.
how it's a different kind of light. But honestly, it reminded me of the scene
Mm-hmm.
in Christmas Vacation where Chevy Chase is going completely overboard with decorating his house. So I actually went and I found that scene on YouTube and I described it. So if you guys are game, we can play that scene and I can live describe it. Are you guys up for such a thing?
Yes. It's a
You
great
guys
movie.
fans of the movie Christmas Vacation? Oh, it
I've seen
is.
it.
You've seen it's a holiday classic of the outrageous comedy variety. So for those who haven't seen it, the movie centers around Clark Griswold and his family. Clark is played by Chevy Chase. He is this like hard done by sentimentalist. So all he just wants the best for his family, but he always goes overboard and he gets himself into these terrible predicaments. And so in the clip that we're going to show, the entire family has gathered at the Griswold family home. Clark is there, his wife is there, his kids are there, his parents, his in-laws, and Clark has been decorating the house with over-the-top Christmas lights, but they won't turn on and he can't figure out why. Meanwhile, across the street, the annoying fancy pants neighbors are trying to have a romantic evening, champagne and dinner in the bedroom. And the bedroom, by the way, has a wall of French doors and windows which overlook the street, which is important in this scene. And so the clip that we're going to play starts with Clark's wife, Ellen, throwing a cardigan on over her shoulders and joining Clark on the front lawn at night as he fiddles with extension cords and tries to figure out why his lights won't work. So that's what we're getting into. Rick, if you've got that queued up, let her rip. And I'm going to try and describe this live over the audio in playing on YouTube. So yeah, which
In
is
real
always fun
time.
on Zoom. So in real time, hopefully all the tech goes well. Take it away, Rick.
Are you out here for a reason, or are you just avoiding the family?
No. I still have a couple hundred more bulbs to check. In the meantime, I can light the Santa and the 8 tiny reindeer and the Merry Christmas sign. That should look good. Ready?
You want me to do the drum roll thing?
No, it's okay. Here goes nothing.
Clark connects 2 extension cords, but the plastic Santa display remains unlit, like the rest of the house.
I don't understand it. The house lights don't work, the floodlights don't work.
Is it plugged in?
Honey, do you honestly think I would check thousands of tiny little lights if I wasn't sure the extension cord was plugged in?
Ellen smirks.
You used more than one cord, didn't you?
Maybe the kids have been fooling around with it. I'll check them back.
Leaving Ellen on the front lawn, Clark heads to a full power bar mounted beside the back door and pulls out a hand-drawn schematic. Across the street, in their upscale house, 2 neighbors clink champagne glasses and kiss. Meanwhile, Clark's mother steps into the garage and flicks a light switch. Brilliant light floods the street and pours into the neighbor's bedroom. Overwhelmed by the brilliant light, the neighbors squint and cover their eyes.
Honey, I think I know what's wrong.
Thousands of glowing lights encase the house, dimming the other lights in the neighborhood. The power company switches to auxiliary nuclear power, restoring light to the rest of the city. As the neighbors stumble in their light-flooded bedroom, Clark's mom gets a cake from the fridge in the garage and turns out the lights. The lights go out, the disoriented neighbors trip into one another, and Ellen is left on the front lawn in the dark. She crosses her arms, then heads inside, before Clark returns from the back of the house.
This ought to do it.
Clark picks up the extension cords. Meanwhile, Ellen arrives at the garage and flips the switch. Brilliant white light pours into the neighbor's bedroom once again.
Ella, I fixed it! Lights! Oh, God! Everybody come out quick! Look at the lights!
In the Griswold house, the family shuffles to the front door as Ellen blows some dust off of an outrageous tangle of extension cords.
Get a towel.
Ellen flicks the switch, the lights go out, and the disoriented neighbors fall down the stairs.
I don't believe it! What's all the yelling about?
The family gathers on the dark front porch.
What's on here?
25,000 twinkle lights. What's he doing, Clark?
I haven't the foggiest.
The family watches Clark flip out on the extension cords.
What is wrong? Damn it! Damn it!
Clark strides across the yard and stomps the plastic Santa display. He chokes and punches Santa, then kicks him into the shrubs. He rips off Blitzen's antlers and bludgeons Comet and Cupid. Inside, Ellen plays with her hair, then realizes something and grins. On the lawn, Clark grits his teeth and holds up the disconnected extension cords. Ellen flips the switch as he reconnects the cords, and the lights go on once again. Excited, the rest of the family joins Clark on the lawn to admire the glowing house. Ellen joins them and gives Clark a big hug. Across the street, the neighbors weep and clean the littered floor. On the lawn, Clark hugs his mom, squishing Ellen between them.
Oh, Clark, it's so lovely.
You deserve a home like this to spend Christmas in.
So that's kind of like that house that we went to, Chris.
It makes me think of the scene. There's a scene in the Grinch movie, which I love, the Jim Carrey version, where Martha Mayhew is upstaging the entire neighborhood with her light show, and so the mother of Cindy Lou is competing with her, and yeah, it's a trope, it's a thing people love to do, and I often wonder about the neighbors too of places like they have tolerant neighbors to have such bright light, and
Yes,
yeah.
they do.
Yeah, don't they, Amy? Isn't that
Yes,
right,
they
Amy?
do.
Yes, they do. Lucky them.
Yes, they
Lucky
do.
them.
Anyways, it's fun for the kids. That's what I just keep telling myself. It's fun for the kids.
Fun for kids. Hey, Dad.
Do you have to stock up on like Halloween candy and things at Halloween when the one house next door is attracting so much attention?
Oh yeah.
The thing about it is that there's cars lined up the street on both
Yeah.
sides in the dark, usually in the rain, or parked on our driveway, and like you can't get in when you come home from like getting your groceries at 4 o'clock, and it's just it's
It's a thing.
bonkers.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
bonkers, and then everybody's in it's a bus lane, right? So the bus gets angry, and so on Halloween, I was out working, and I was like, I don't want to be out working on Halloween, but I had no choice. And I come home in an Uber, and the Uber has to park like 3 blocks away from my house.
Oh
Oh, my.
no.
Because he
That
just
is
couldn't get close enough to my house. I'm
that's
like,
Oh,
great. Like
that's tough. That's
not
tough.
accessible for me to get into my own house.
why did I take an Uber if I have to
I
walk
wouldn't have been
3
able to get
blocks?
there by bus either.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
It's in the
exactly.
bus
right.
lane. So yeah, they just dropped me off in the middle of the street because
Yeah.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Well, I got something that'll bring a smile back to your face, Amy.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, try me.
Yeah. So why was the snowman shopping for carrots? He was picking his nose.
Oh.
Hey, there's Rick. There you go. There's my man.
I should have expected that. Yeah.
Nice.
All right. Well, why did Santa go to music school? Perhaps the Sarah McLachlan School of Music? No, it wouldn't have been. Just music school. Why did Santa go to music school?
Why did Santa go to music school?
Any ideas, Chris? Lindsay?
I'm afraid I don't.
No, tell us.
He wanted to improve his rapping skills.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go. Rapping.
No, you didn't, Rick. Rick's got the... We knew he'd get it. Okay. Well, what does a gingerbread man put on his bed?
Oh.
Is this a dirty Christmas one?
Saucy Christmas joke?
Saucy Christmas joke?
See, a cookie sheet.
A cookie sheet.
Thank you for stepping in time. I was about to lose my filter.
But I nipped that one in the bud there.
Thank you. Why did Rudolph get a bad grade?
Oh.
Stop the misery short. He went down in history.
Yeah,
You should have
that's
sung
tough.
that line.
Sorry?
I said you should have sung that line because you're the singer.
Yeah, there you go.
Missed opportunity. I was drowning in cheese. I couldn't think properly. I had blue cheese in my lungs. How can you sing with blue cheese in your lungs?
Okay, this one is good. I promise.
Okay, Rick.
What do you call a snowman with a six-pack?
Drunk.
Maybe. An abdominal snowman.
Hey, that's not bad. That was actually that's the first one that's not bad.
Yeah.
Well, if that's all it takes.
Nice, guys. Nice.
That was good. I love it.
On that note.
On that note.
That's it. I'm backing away. On that
note, don't invite me back.
Fade away.
Well, this special request came in from an audience member / friend of the family. Louise Johnson sent in a guide dog school favorite, and that's all we're going to say about this until we listen to it. So I guess we could give the title. No, that gives it away. That just gives it away. To share the title. Why don't we just listen to it?
Let's just listen to it.
Let's just listen to it.
Yeah.
Voiced by our very own JJ Hunt.
Beautiful.
Okay, let's just have a listen to this. And I think there's a picture up. Oh, yeah, JJ, you got to describe the picture, though.
Okay, let's see what picture pops up. There we go.
All right.
All right. So we've got a picture of Santa in the full red and white suit sitting in a big red armchair beside a Christmas tree, and lying down at Santa's feet is a golden lab with a puppy in training guide dog little cover over his back, a little vest over his back.
Yeah.
So there you go. That is the image we're putting up for the special request.
Here we go.
"'Twas the night before Christmas, and the kennels were still, with most dogs now asleep, having eaten their fill. The labs all sprawled out, quite snug in their beds, while visions of anything edible danced in their heads. The Goldens and Shepherds curled up on the floor, some twitched in their sleep, and some even did snore. The dog food was stacked in the feed room with care, in hopes that a trainer soon would be there. On the window ledge one of the kennel cats lay, surveying the lawn at the end of the day. Something was different, that little cat knew. Tonight things would happen. It had to be true. For that day, as the workers had left to go home, they'd wished Merry Christmas before starting to roam. The dogs noticed it too on their recent walks. The trainers seemed chipper and eager to talk. In the mall where they worked, that maze of big stores, there were decorations and music, distractions galore. Most dogs pranced along without worry or fear, but some balked at the man on the sleigh and his fake-looking deer. The cat was a-napping when he heard the first sound, a whoosh through the air and a jingling sound, like the noise from a collar when a wet doggy shook, but this bell sound kept growing. He'd better go look. From the ceiling there came a faint sort of thunk as the kennel cat climbed to a tall pile of junk. One time before, a crew worked on the roof and came through the trap door to a chorus of woof. But tonight, all was quiet, the dog sleeping so sound as this man dressed in red made his way right on down. He patted the cat as he climbed past his spot, then flipped a switch on the staff coffee pot. A shepherd sat up, not fully awake, then a golden followed with a mighty loud shake. That did it. The dog sprang to life with great noise, but in spite of the din, the man in red kept his poise. He took off his red hat and sniffed the fresh brew. Then he pulled a chair up and took in the view. Dogs all around him, so carefully bred. He knew well their jobs, the blind people they led. Some dogs had stopped barking and looked at him now, while others delighted in their guttural howls. Laying a finger in front of his lips, the jolly old man silenced their yips. "You pups may not know me, but I'm Santa Claus." The old man smiled and took a short pause, then filled up his mug with hot coffee and cream. "I've wanted to meet you. It's been one of my dreams." The cat had climbed down to explore Santa's sack. "Yes, little kitty, that's one empty pack." Santa smiled as he drank and looked in the dog's eyes, deep brown ones and gold ones held wide in surprise. Some of these dogs he'd seen just last year, in their puppy homes, cute and full of good cheer. He'd seen the effects of pups under a tree, but these dogs at the school were still waiting to be. "I don't come bearing presents or big bones to chew. Let's aim for higher. Here's what we can do. You all will work hard, and the trainers will share both praise and correction, gentle and fair. You'll go lots of places and face big scary things. You'll ride buses and subways and hear sirens ring. Cars will whiz by, but you will stand strong, not jumping to danger, not moving toward wrong. But just when you think that this trainer's the best, the kindest and funnest, forget all the rest. That trainer will up and give you away, handing over your leash, despite your dismay. Then the one who pets and feeds you will be a blind person. That's someone who can't see. This man or woman may see just a tad, but their view's missing parts or their focus is bad. So you, well-trained dogs, will act as their eyes. You will work as a team and discover the size of this great world we live in, because you will go a million new places with this person, you know. Santa sipped at his coffee and looked over the brood, knowing what he said next might sound kind of rude. Not all are destined to become canine guides, but your time here's not wasted. You won't be cast aside. Some of you will be sniffers, some will find bombs, some will be pets to a dad and a mom. All these jobs are important. People wait on long lists to get good dogs like you, the kind and the fit. The last drop of coffee had gone into his cup, so Santa Claus turned, admiring each pup. The best gift of all is to give something back. That's why there's nothing for you in my pack. Draining his mug, Santa went to each pen and petted and scratched each dog again and again. Now, next year, and many more years after that, you will all give gifts wherever you're at. You might lick a hand that's had a bad day, or notice a car and step out of the way. You might help catch a crook or discover some loot, or bring joy to an old man in a cozy red suit. Your master will love you and treat you with care. In return, your training will always be there. When the last dog had been petted and properly soothed, Santa cleaned up the coffee and got ready to move. Up he rose to the ceiling's trapdoor high above. With a smile and a wave, donned his hat and his gloves. All the dog ears were perked as he slipped out of sight. Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night!
That Santa laugh is way too convincing, JJ.
No kidding.
Way too convincing.
No
You
kidding.
walk around with a big beard and a big white, a big beard, big belly. At Christmas time, you better practice your laugh. That's
You get asked a lot, do you?
yeah. I do get the occasional point. Mommy, is that it? Yeah. And when that happens, and it does occasionally happen, as I walk down the street, I'll get a little. I go oh, and that's it. That's all I do, and nothing
Yeah.
else.
Good
Like it's a
thing.
little thing between you and the kid.
That's it. That's
Aw.
it. Just a little moment.
It's a good thing you're so
That's
nice.
sweet.
Did you pick those? Did you pick that intro and outro little music-y thing for any particular reason? Because it's ridiculously relevant
No
to our
kidding.
next piece of
Yeah.
content.
I was thinking the same thing.
I didn't do it for that. I just did it
You
to get us in
didn't
and
do it
out.
for
But maybe you were
Well,
sending me your Christmas vibes, Chris.
I think that was happening. I think that
Yeah.
was happening. So, the next piece of content we'd like to offer is my so the holiday song, which has become a tradition, I'm pleased to say. This year, I had the title and I had sort of the idea, but I could not write the song without writing the story of the song, like the story that's sort
Mm.
of capsuled in the song. And sometimes it just happens that way, and sometimes the song comes first and the story comes after. That's happened too. But in this case, the story came first, and the story is called, and the song is also called, "You Can't Ring a Bell Without a Mallet." And I had a fun time with all of this content. And there is a holiday theme which may not be obvious, right off the top, but it's definitely there's a holiday vibe to it. And so I think the Rick, do you want to throw up the image there? And maybe JJ, you could give us a brief description of the image that's up there.
Yeah. Oh wow. So this is a bell tower, but not a single tower with a single bell at the top. This is a tiered tower with one, two, three, four, five, like a tiered cake, one layer after another. Each tier a little bit narrower, a little bit smaller, bedecked in golden lights, and inside each layer, each tier is a series of bells, big bells and small bells. And this is all part of a winter scene with Christmas trees decorated in front and behind, and a bluish night sky hanging above. So this is a bell tower,
Thank
a
you. It
glorious
is
bell tower.
indeed a bell tower. And I've been experimenting lately in writing in the first person. So I this and I that instead of you this and you that. So this is a first person narration, but don't mistake the narrator for the author. This is not me. It's just an I story. So Rick, whenever you're ready, you can play the You Can't Ring a Bell Without a Mallet story. It's about 15 minutes.
Every family closet has its skeletons. Some are just old, forgotten piles of bones, and some are so robust that they stand like mannequins in store windows dressed in old-timey clothes. Our family's scandals aren't all that much to write home about. At least, that's what I thought, until I learned something about my Auntie Caroline. Like most middle-aged women, she's got more than one secret fluttering about beneath that friendly face. But this one really caught me off guard. Turns out Auntie Caroline has a criminal record. I never thought anything of the fact that she's been self-employed as a bakery owner for as long as I've known her. She's just an independent sort with a talent for making great bread. But turns out she's also someone who wouldn't pass a criminal records check. A few years ago, I learned that she's been prosecuted no less than 3 times for breaking and entering. No one was harmed, and nothing was damaged or stolen, so in each case she was let off with non-invasive consequences, except for the criminal record. Her crime? Well, it seems Auntie Caroline has a bit of an obsession with bells. Not little hand bells, not doorbells, not the kind of bell you ring at a cashier's counter or to tell a server that a meal is ready to make its way from a restaurant kitchen to a diner's table. Nope, Auntie Caroline likes nice big bells, the kind that are taller than she is, the kind you play with an implement, the kind that aren't just hanging around where anyone can reach them. No, she likes the kind that belong to venerable institutions like cathedrals, large churches, or university towers. Her appetite was roused by a well-intentioned friend when they were in university together. Auntie Caroline wasn't studying music, but her friend was, and unwittingly introduced Caroline to what would become her gateway drug, the school orchestra's glockenspiel. In off hours, the two would play around in what seemed like harmless fun, but which was, in truth, the seed that led to Auntie Caroline's criminal activities. No one knows exactly how Auntie Caroline's flirtation with the glockenspiel graduated into her lifelong love affair with cobwebby, forbidden bell towers. She refused to talk about it. Whatever intel she was eventually willing to share stalwartly refused to elaborate on that part. Anyway, whatever the process that leads a law-abiding kinesiology student to become a convicted criminal who never hurt anyone and had the muscles to knead fantastic bread and bang on bells that were not her own, she pursued her course of acoustic mischief for many years. Her M.O. was always the same, but so unusual and so unpredictable that she was rarely caught. Not by accident, she settled down in a town that had a few sets of its own bells, but which was widely surrounded by other towns with similar riches. "There's no pattern to it," she explained to me when the truth, or most of it, finally came out. "Every now and then," she told me, "I just need to pick up those mallets and bang out a tune, or a scale, or just a mindless cacophony. And they make it so damn difficult. Locked doors, pass keys, hiding the mallets. Why all the secrecy and locked doors?" One of the problems, apart from the breaking and entering, was that she committed her acoustical mischief between 2 o'clock and 4 o'clock a.m. This choice of times kept her from much wider prosecution, but it also irritated the hell out of sleeping, law-abiding townsfolk. Auntie Caroline had a roundabout way of answering questions, so I've never been clear whether her irresistible impulses come on her in the middle of the night, or whether she's simply crafty enough to know that the middle of the night is the only time she's likely to pull off her melodious capers. She exhibited zero remorse, sometimes even leaving cash or a replacement lock behind her, a gesture whose irony didn't go unnoticed by one judge who said, "While your act of leaving a new lock to replace the one you vandalized in order to commit your crime seems conciliatory, it is not lost on this court that locks are sold with more than one key, and you only left them one key." Then he sentenced her to 1 year's community service. I became aware of her nefarious career by accident one holiday season, not because she flatteringly chose to confide in me, but because she made me an unwilling accomplice to her misdeeds. Here's how it happened. One holiday season, I made a week-long visit to her house to stay. We had family scattered around and had planned to visit them. I liked her bakery and looked forward to some peaceful downtime, sitting in her cozy space, watching her customers, and maybe learning a thing or two about pastries beyond simply savoring them. One night, the night before Christmas Eve in fact, I was wakened unexpectedly by the sound of her front door banging shut and some rapid scuffling sounds, followed by a hurried knocking on my guest room door. I saw that it was 4:05 in the morning, and I was a bit alarmed. Not waiting for a response, she opened the door and came briskly in, shedding her outer clothing as she went. "Listen," she said urgently. "Don't be alarmed, but the police might be coming to my door soon. They may want to know where I've been. I need you to tell them I've been here all night." Beneath her outer clothing, she was wearing a conventional nightgown. As she slid into the previously tidy other side of the king bed I'd been sleeping in, she added, "Tell them you're my niece, that you're visiting. That's true enough. Tell them you sometimes have nightmares, and that it's comforting to have someone sleep beside you. I've been here all night, and you have no idea what they're talking about." She laid down and composed herself into an attitude of reposeful slumber. Phrases from what she had just said repeated themselves in my mind. "Don't be alarmed," and "the police might be coming," were phrases that didn't sit comfortably together for me, despite her air of composure. "You don't know what they're talking about?" was true enough. When I would have asked questions, she shushed me firmly. "Later," she hissed, as though the police might, even now, be listening. "Lie down and pretend to be sleeping. I'll handle everything. You just have to back me up. They don't know you." The implications of "they don't know you" were unmistakable. Awash with sleepy fuzziness layered with adrenaline and 1,000 questions made it not very difficult to stay silent, but looking as though I was asleep felt like asking too much. I sat transfixed, and she hissed fiercely, "Lie down!" I did so, rigidly, staring at her peaceful face and closed eyes in the dim light of snow-reflected streetlights. Sure enough, less than 10 minutes later, there was an unquiet knock on the front door. She didn't move. When I shifted restlessly, she whispered, "Not yet. You can't answer at the first knock. We've been sleeping." She said this disdainfully, as though it was obvious, and her apparently practiced ease in such matters was only deepening my confusion. At the third knock, she rose lazily, as though she truly had been woken from sleep. Raising her hands to her head, she ruffled up her hair, which I noticed had been tidy, as though she'd been out of the house, which clearly she had. She glanced quickly at me and whispered, "You look like a frightened rabbit. Try to look sleepy and a bit surprised. Yawn. Don't screw this up for me." I was aghast. Screw this up for her? What? What the hell was going on? I heard her shuffle, yes, actually shuffle, as though sleepy, out into the front hall and open the door. I couldn't hear everything that was said, as she had pulled the door mostly shut behind her, but phrases jumped out at me such as, "Not your first offense," and "We found your mallet," and "No idea what you're talking about. I was asleep. Do I look like I just got in from a night on the town?" Finally, she called out, "Mary, will you come out here, please? I need you to reassure these fine upholders of the law that I've been peacefully sleeping here." Well, until they knocked on my door at 4 a.m. to make baseless accusations. Shaking, but trying not to show it, I got out of bed and took my time pulling on my robe. She was my aunt, after all. I even tried to produce a fake yawn as I exited the room, In the surreal conversation that followed, I repeatedly attempted to fake yawn, knowing that the act can actually reduce anxiety. Something I really needed when confronted by 2 officers of the law in the middle of the night. They asked me my name, what I was doing there, my relationship to Caroline, where Auntie Caroline had been all night, what we'd done that evening, how long I planned to be in town, how long I'd already been there, and, most confusingly of all, what did I know about St. Agatha's Church? I did my best to both stick to the story I'd been given and to look as confused and borderline affronted as possible. The hardest part was hiding my fear, but I must have been a sufficient actor, because after repeating the same questions a few times as though hoping to find an inconsistency, they left, giving my auntie skeptical looks and the clear vibe that says, "We'll catch you eventually." When they'd gone, Auntie Caroline smiled at me. "You did marvelously," she said warmly. "Now we can go back to bed." "Oh no," I exclaimed. The lights of the police car had vanished down the street, along with my composure. "You're going to tell me what this is all about right freaking now, or I'm going to call them back and tell them the truth, what I know of it anyway." She studied me closely, and, clearly deciding either that I was trustworthy or that I wasn't bluffing, she nodded. "All right," she said placidly enough. "Come into the kitchen and I'll make some tea. This'll take a while." When we were seated across the table from one another with tea and cookies, she said, "Sometimes don't you just need to bang on something dramatic?" When I looked blank, she added, "Like, haven't you ever thrown a glass on the floor or a plate against the wall just to see and hear it shatter?" "No," I replied decisively, and she looked a bit frustrated. "Well, sometimes I do. It's not chronic rage or anything pathological like that. It's just, the world. You must get frustrated with the world sometimes, with stupid people, with the human condition." I took a deep breath, trying to understand. "Well, sure, I guess so." "Exactly," she exclaimed, as though I'd just understood everything, which I hadn't. "I like bells," she went on, in a tone that suggested all of this was obvious and that I was the weird one. "The bigger the better. I like swinging a mallet and making a big noise. I don't want to break anything. I'm not a destructive person. But they put all those bells in towers, behind locked doors, next to churches or colleges where you're trespassing if you get too close at the wrong time." She used the word trespassing as though it was a vulgarity, which was funny because she commonly used vulgarity as though it was small talk. Trust me, I don't do it as often as I'd like, mostly because someone usually catches on if I do it too often, or at least too often in one place. I've got a randomized pattern I follow in the towns around. I don't mind a road trip. I'm no hardened criminal and I sometimes make mistakes. I stay too long, or I don't notice there's campus security orbiting around, or a cop car at the all-night donut shop nearby. And so I've been caught a few times. "Caught?" I exclaimed. "What do you mean by caught?" "Caught," she said in that same disdainful tone, as though I was being willfully stupid. Police station, court." Her eyes shifted. "The occasional conviction." "Conviction?" "Ah, you're so conventional. B&E isn't such a big deal when it's a victimless crime like this is." When I looked down my nose at her, she exclaimed, "Don't you ever break rules?" "No," I said immediately. "I don't." "Well, sometime you should." She looked thoughtful. "Do you like bells? You were a drummer in your high school band, weren't you?" The truth is that I do like bells, and I sometimes missed drumming in the school band. I guess I'd liked it more than I admitted to myself at the time. Sensing weakness, she pounced, but a cat kind of pounce. Her eyes brightened. The next few nights are no good. Christmas and everything. But during the lull, or especially on New Year's Eve when the popo have got their hands full, St. Agatha's is off limits for a while, but there's a gorgeous bell tower in Willowfield, and it's not that far away.
Now, those bells that you just heard were generated from my 88 key keyboard, which is, I'm pointing to the other side of the room that you can't see. And it was an early Christmas gift from my partner. And it's a MIDI package. Please don't ask me what that acronym means, but it's sampled sound that is the percussion in elements of an orchestra. So on the keyboard, I can produce all of the things that you might find in the percussion section of an orchestra. And oh yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with that. It is very, very cool. And so I had some of this in my head when I was trying to write the song, and I just couldn't do it until my brain had sifted through the whole thing and put it all into lots and lots of words. And then my next step was to condense it down into a song. And so this song is is sort of even more obviously a holiday because of some of the percussion. But yeah, why don't we just play the song, and I can tell a bit about how it all came together after that. So if we can play the song version, Rick, thank you.
Lovely.
Church bells, college bells, any bell tower's fine. Quiet in the dead of night are her innocent, victimless crimes. Having a record, making a record, is there really a difference? When you strike a C with a D, is there really a dissonance? There's always a mallet for bells that need ringing. Keep the pipes clean for those who need singing. Sometimes the world needs one big glorious clang. She makes sure the bells that need it always get a bang. Sometimes she thought her favorite was a resonant middle C, but then she'd strike a mallet on a perfect lower E. On nights with two mallets, there was the possibility of banging both at once for a ringing harmony. There's always a mallet for bells that need ringing. Keep the pipes clean for those who need singing. Sometimes the world needs one big glorious clang. She makes sure the bells that need it always get a bang. A well-developed bicep and a deltoid big and strong serve her well for making bread, but also for banging a gong. Breaking and entering sounds so bad when you put it that way, but it's never wrong to bang a gong outside the light of day. A xylophone, a glockenspiel, they're all very well. But when all you've got is a mallet, everything looks like a bell. There's always a mallet for bells that need ringing. Keep the pipes clean for those who need singing. Sometimes the world needs one big glorious clang. She makes sure the bells that need it always get a bang. There's always a mallet for bells that need ringing. Keep the pipes clean for those who need singing. Sometimes the world needs one big glorious clang. She makes sure the bells that need it always get a bang.
Ah, the percussion. So my song last
That was
year.
lovely.
Yeah.
Thank you. My song last year was called Just Do the Thing. And the theme of that was kind of about the darkest time of the year, which is the winter solstice that's coming, and also some dark times that are in the world. And that the solution, the only coping thing for me is to act, to do something. And that theme kind of carried through for me to this year. And so it's a whimsical idea to think of a middle-aged woman just banging on bells, but it's for me it's the idea that when you have a force and you have a motivation and you have a motive that's good and wholesome, that there's, for me as an aging woman, I'm a middle-aged lady, I'm 55, there's this resolve that I feel more than I ever have to do the thing. And if it happens to be to bang on a bell with a mallet, like that sounds pretty fun. But there's an energy of how to be in the world. And those two songs kind of connected for me from last year to this year. And so telling the story became necessary once the idea came. And the percussion, doesn't the percussion just say Christmas, like those holiday bells and
Yeah.
stuff? The xylo, it just evokes the nutcracker and also the percussion, super fun. I'm totally absorbed with playing with that.
So
Yeah.
when
So
is the like winter album coming out?
yeah, after I
Yeah,
die, I
seriously.
figure by the time I die, there'll be enough material for a record.
Yeah, and that's when you get wealthy, right? Because that's how
After
artists
your
work.
death, we've
Yeah,
discussed
we've
this.
discussed this.
Artists always live in penury until we die.
Yeah,
I believe this came up 2 weeks ago.
yeah.
And then
That's
after
right.
you die,
Ivy
your
Phoebe.
content,
Yeah,
your content becomes lucrative for somebody else.
for somebody else.
Somebody
Yeah.
else.
Okay, so I just like my logistical questions about this is about the technology that you're using
hmm
to play the sounds, because obviously you don't have bells in your
hmm
in your house. Do you have a piano in your house? Or are you using technology to
Yeah, so
play that?
it's all technology. So I have a synthetic keyboard, like an electric keyboard that's 88 keys. So it's as big as a piano, but it's just a electric. So
Yeah.
it's tied into an audio interface, which is connected to a laptop. And on the laptop is all of this software. So you can choose what you hear when you play the keys on the piano. So mostly I play conventional piano because that's what I like. But for example, at the beginning of that, there was a little Celtic harp. And then the early Christmas gift I got was software that turns some of the piano keyboard into this percussive stuff. So
Yeah.
I was play every note in that song was played on the keyboard, but I could put it
Yeah.
into like tubular bell mode or glockenspiel mode, my personal favorite, or xylophone mode,
Your
which is
gateway drug, is it? The Glockenspiel
yeah, the
gateway
gateway
drug?
drug. That was a
Come
bit
on.
personal, maybe. That maybe was a bit okay. Maybe the narrator and the author did overlap just a little bit there, but I love the Glockenspiel. So yeah, it's multi-track, and I use Reaper, which is a conventional recording software. So I think the first thing I did was the piano track, then the vocal track, then the xylophone, then the tubular bells, then the glockenspiel, and then I sort of played around with editing it and yeah, just polishing it a bit. So it
Awesome.
completely technology based.
And when you when you play, like when you played the basic piano notes, like you know how to play the piano, or are you just hitting a note and liking the note that, like, I guess
Um,
like I don't play the piano, so can I just
oh,
sit at a keyboard and listen to the notes and go, yeah, I like how that sounds, or do I actually have
yeah.
to know how to play the piano?
You need a sense of musicality, so I do
Yeah,
know how to play the piano to a moderate, very moderate degree,
right.
low
You
to
need to know
moderate.
notes sound good together.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I know enough music theory and I play the guitar a lot. And so I can sit down at the piano and go, I think it's going to sound best in E and this
yeah.
is what goes with E. These three chords are going to work well together. So I do a version of this song when I busk in the subway that's just guitar, no
Mhm.
bells. And so it's faster and a little more upbeat. And so if you have some musicality and a bit of music theory, you can sort of transfer and transpose. And so I uh, I sort of sat down at the piano and just played around with a melody that made sense and picked a key. So yeah, you have to sort of have a certain
There's
musicality when you
a
sit down.
guy on YouTube. I don't know who he is, but he pops up every once in a while. Who visually he's got this keyboard, and the keys light up and the letters light up of the notes, right? Because
Mm.
I don't
I think
know what
mine
a
does
G.
that.
Yeah. So and he's working with a software, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what he says to you is, if you play these five notes,
Mm-hmm.
these are the ones that always sound good together. So it doesn't
Mm-hmm.
matter
Yeah.
what order you play them in,
Yep.
they always work together. And it's like,
Yes.
that's what I need to know. So then I
Absolutely
can just
true.
mess around with those five notes. And then he's like, every once in a while, I'll hit one of these notes. And it's like, oh, okay. Like that's the kind of music
Mm-hmm.
I need
Yeah.
to know.
Well,
Um,
Bono has a famous quote that all good music is three chords and the truth. And it's true that most pop songs have three chords. And if you know enough about music, or it's very formulaic, like
yeah.
the first, the fourth, and the fifth. So C, F, and G, those chords are in, that arrangement anyway is in so many songs. And once it's not hard to sort of understand the basic formula.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
from there, if you have a creative spark, then you're off, right? Yeah.
Well,
Mm.
I mean, I know what you're saying logically, but I don't know
Yeah.
what those chords are because
Well,
I
yeah,
don't
you just have to
play
sit down, have some
and figure it out.
patience. Like if you're
Yeah.
motivated, if you're
Yeah.
Amy, if you were
Yeah.
motivated, you could produce something in a week. I feel confident because you have the creative, you know what I mean? And you just with some
I have
basics.
musicality by ear. I can pick
I
stuff up
believe
by
that.
ear.
Yeah.
I can hear it
Yeah.
on the piano and I can reproduce it
Yeah.
simply. Like I can't,
Nice.
Hmm.
do complex songs and things like that, but I can play Jurassic Park and I can play, like I can hear it and I can
Oh,
play it. I can pump out some
the
Jurassic
Masters.
Park and yeah, the Masters. That's
The
right. That's
Masters.
my
That's
version
right.
of Beethoven. There you go. So
Yeah.
that was beautiful. It's always a treat
Nice.
when you get to share some of that stuff with us.
Thank
Oh, I
you. It's a
love
treat for me too.
original songs. I mean,
I
that's
know,
beautiful. That's
right?
lovely with stories to match. That's fantastic. Chris, I have some audio that I'll have to share with you sometime. I was walking I think it was last Christmas, through University of Toronto, and
Mm,
the bell tower at Hart House, which is an old,
Mhm.
old college building, beautiful old stone bell tower, was it was ringing out. Someone was playing
mm,
the organ in there, with the bells, but they weren't. It wasn't a performance. It was someone practicing.
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
And there was something I found particularly lovely about hearing this imperfect music coming
Yes.
from this extraordinary musical
Oh,
instrument that's ringing out across the campus. And it
oh.
was lovely, lovely, lovely. And then a false note would be hit, and they'd
Mm-hmm.
back up and they'd replay that phrase a couple of times until they got it
Mm-hmm.
right. And then they'd start and they'd play all through again. And I was so charmed
Mm-hmm.
by
Mm-hmm.
this practicing that I stood and recorded for a couple of minutes. I'll have to share that audio with you sometime.
It kind of makes me think of, well, two things. The imperfection is an important part of music to me. It means it's real, and
Yeah.
it makes me think about AI. And I don't object to AI, but it's if what AI does to me is it accentuates, if it needed it, which it doesn't, it accentuates even more the value of live music and real
Yeah.
musicians and real music. So I don't resent AI, and I acknowledge that the imperfections that you're talking about and the practice, like you don't
Yeah.
just become an organist and a bell ringer. Like it's the same
Yeah.
as a flute or something small like a harmonica. There's a learning curve there, and you just gotta ride the curve. So
Yeah.
I love that you were able to hear that moment of genuine work and effort
Yeah.
and striving after perfection, which, perfection's a nice goal, but if you don't achieve it, that's okay too.
It's all good. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
all good.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing that, Chris. That was lovely.
Oh, thanks for being an audience. I love knowing that there's at least a dozen people who are going to hear it. So happy time for me.
All right. Well, I guess our final feature of the evening is the Charlie Brown Christmas special, which I've never seen, with
What?
or without audience description. Audio description.
Wow.
I know. I
Oh
think I
my
must have had a
gosh.
deprived childhood. Um,
Oof.
you would think that it would have played on the CBC specials over and over and over again.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like it did, but maybe
But
not.
I
Maybe that was
never.
CBS.
I think when I was young enough to have watched it, when we would go to Calgary for Christmas, to spend time with my family over Christmas, that we were either back and forth between like houses of different people that
Yeah.
there was no time to just sit down and watch it,
Mhm.
or it was mostly the whatever the Walt Disney movie was that was on
Mm.
Yeah.
the
Yeah. Yeah.
Disney Channel back when you had the Disney Channel for free,
Mhm.
that kind of thing.
Mhm.
And I remember watching like the Raccoons Christmas special. If anybody remembers
Nope,
the
never
Raccoons?
saw that.
Oh.
See, there you go. So,
See?
so I never watched the Charlie Brown Christmas
Oh,
special.
it's a classic. It's
It
adorable.
really
Not
is.
to
know.
mention
And
the skating
music
theme,
and
the skating music. That's my
yeah.
favorite part.
I mean, the music I know.
Yeah.
Every time I
Oh,
hear it,
good.
I go like, "That's Charlie Brown," but I've never seen the movie. So,
It's time.
through the magic of a special human being, which will remain nameless just in case, since this is being recorded, we have the picture and the description in one place,
Wow.
which is rare. So, I'm excited, and now I know that there are some folks in a different time zone, so we are going to record this one for our YouTube channel, and it will remain there until somebody tells us to take it down, which may happen. But so if you all have time to join us and stay, you're welcome to. If y'all have to watch it tomorrow, you're welcome to do that too. I think it's about 35 or something minutes long, so it's not hugely long, but respecting that some folks are joining us from close to tomorrow-ish, we wanted to make sure that our guests from Toronto weren't like, I have to stay for more stuff because I'm tired. So we thought we'd put this at the end just in case people were like, I'm nodding off. So
What a gem. What a gem. How lucky we
Lovely.
are.
Yeah.
right, I know. So I think before we start playing this, I'll wish you all the happiest of the holiday seasons, unless you're like, time for Betty Bye for me.
Oh,
Lovely.
And
happy to everyone.
yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
Happy humbug.
Thanks again for having us. Happy humbug, everyone.
Happy humbug. Best of us to the rest of us. A great, lovely holiday surprise as always.
As
I love the
always.
bones of the both of you, and I know this won't be
As
the last time
always.
you'll be in the
Part of the
space. Well, it will be for 2025, but
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
we have a whole new
Yeah.
year to look forward to.
Thank you for making us
Right
part
on.
of the family.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Thanks, Amy.
I look forward to more of that in 2026. I'm looking for a way of
Yeah. Oh, good.
expanding
Beauty.
our little family. So let's figure it
Love
out.
it.
I'm looking
Love
forward.
it.
Beautiful.
All right, my lovely friends, have yourselves a wonderful holiday season, and we'll see you in the new year. For anybody who wants to stick around for the Charlie Brown Christmas special, we are going to play that right now.
Due to copyright restrictions, excerpts of this presentation have not been recorded. Please check below for more information, including links to the material if it is hosted elsewhere.
All right, friends, that's our holiday special for you. Happy holidays to you and yours for a lovely 2026 to come. And I wish you all a very merry Festivus season. And we'll see you all in 2026. Happy holidays!
VocalEye, vocaleye.ca. Special thanks to our funders, the Canada Council for the Arts, the British Columbia Arts Council, the Province of British Columbia, and the City of Vancouver.